Okay, let's start. Turn on your videos. Yes, if you have arrived after the break, just turn on your videos, please, quickly. Hari. Avane the kodam videos on hamogema. The scientific reasoning question is related to this because I gave Yusuf, you are sick. Okay, Yusuf, iti mokada karanne. You are sick. Hari. So the scientific reasoning question mentioned there is a fine bend in the clinical thermometer. So that is a difference from a normal thermometer. Turn on the videos. Yes, Chamatka, Ayatsen, Yenuli, Udbashi, Sanket, Pansilu. Yes. We will discuss the answer for the scientific reasoning question along with this. Right? So here you can see in the clinical thermometer, which we use to measure the body temperature of a person. Actually, nowadays we are not using this type of thermometers to measure the body temperature because there are digital thermometers. There are forehead for small babies. There is a strip-like thermometer which can be kept around the head, and on the forehead the temperature is measured. Right? There are digital thermometers that can be kept under the armpits, in the armpit. Oh, just by holding it close to our body during the COVID season, if you can remember, whenever we go to a certain place, they measure our body temperature. At the end, Komita showing a clear digital thermometer, right? Yes. Then api මේ ජාති thermometers පාවිච්චි කරන අඩුයි. Right. So why there is a fine bend? This is the bulb of the thermometer where there is mercury. So here there is a fine bend. And the temperature scale is from here 35 to 43. Because we don't need to measure the temperatures from 0 to 100. Because the body temperature does not exist in that particular range. This is the range that we need, 35 to 43, because the body temperature, normal body temperature is 36.9 degrees Celsius. In the case of the Fahrenheit scale, it is from 94 to 108 degrees Fahrenheit. The temperature range of a clinical thermometer. Hari. So here you are asked what are the special features of it. So we can mention that there is a fine bend in this capillary tube. Make a keshika nalayak kiyala gena harima hini. It's very narrow. That is why we call it as a capillary tube. Hari. Enaliyan number 1. We will say the reason for the fine bend, right? Then automatically we get the answer for the scientific reasoning question. Right. Number 1. There is a fine bend. There is a fine bend in the capillary tube. In the capillary tube. Okay, Chanodre, I will give you the chance. In the capillary tube containing mercury. containing mercury. Then number 2, there is a short temperature range. There is a short temperature range. There is a short temperature range. Since it is used to measure the body temperature of a person. Measure the body temperature of a person. Right. So you can write the range. In the Celsius scale, that is from 35 to 43. In the Fahrenheit scale, that is from 94 to 108. Hari. Then, Hari neda? Did you write the values? Right. Then you are asked, state how you would measure the body temperature of a person using the clinical thermometer. Hari. So you can write the answer for homework. What is the correct method of using the thermometer to measure the body temperature of a person? Actually, here we have to keep the clinical thermometer under the tongue. Right, in small ones, if we keep it under the tongue, what will happen? Huh? They will chew it, right? Enisa, in babies, it is kept under the armpit. Right? It is kept under the armpit in small children. So you can write those steps, the correct steps. First, wash the bulb of the thermometer with an antiseptic solution. We have to clean it because it is inserted into the mouth of all the patients. From patient to patient, it should be cleaned properly. Then, keep the bulb of the thermometer under the tongue of the patient for about 2 minutes. Now, nowadays in the digital thermometers, they indicate when the reading is ready, they just give out a beep sound. Then remove the thermometer from the mouth. Now it is kept horizontally. It is kept horizontally. When we are taking the reading, first it was kept horizontally. When we are taking the reading, we have to take it vertically and get the reading. Right? That is the reason for the fine bend also, right? Because when it was kept like this and when we take it vertically, if there wasn't a fine bend, what will happen? The mercury column will drop before we take the reading. Reading එක ගන්න කලින් mercury column එක පහළ බහින්න පුළුවන්. Then we can't get the exact reading. In order to delay the dropping of the mercury column, there is a bend in it. So අපි reading එක ගන්නකම් mercury column එක පහළ වැටෙන්නේ නැහැ. We can take the reading by taking it vertically, and in order to take it back to the bulb, we have to shake it like this. We have to shake the thermometer like this in order to drop the mercury into the bulb once again. Right? Okay. Yes, Tehan? Okay. Medical Yes, Tehan? You have a clinical thermometer. Is it a digital one or something like this? Mercury. Mercury, okay. So you have to be careful when you are using a mercury thermometer, because when it is broken also, mercury is something harmful. That means it is a heavy metal, right? We should not touch that. It should not come into contact with our body. These thermometers are not in use because of the problem with mercury. Yes. ඒ වෙලාවේ මුකුත් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Sometimes අපේ ඇඟ ඇතුළට ගියොත් එහෙම දැන් some in from certain food or maybe the cosmetics ඊළඟට water contaminated with that, it is a carcinogen. It can cause cancer like conditions if it goes into our body, right? Because it is a heavy metal. බැරලෝහයක් කියලා කියන්නේ. නිසා it should not, don't touch that. ඉතින් ඇල්ලුවා කියලා ඒ වෙලාවෙ මුකුත් වෙන්නේ නැහැ ඔයාට. ඒ නිසා ඊට පස්සේ එහෙම කරන්න එපා. හරිද? මර්කරි අල්ලන්න යන්න එපා. Okay? You have to be very careful when you are handling the mercury thermometer. Okay, you have to write these 3 steps for the, what is the question number? 24, right. ඔන්න ඊළඟට අපි එමු the next question. Hari. That is the answer for question number 24. That is for homework. Hari. What is the reason for having a fine bend in the clinical thermometer? Yes, Chanudri. What's your answer? Why there is a fine bend? Okay, correct. එතකොට අර in the first sentence, before the mercury column is fallen into the bulb, before taking the body temperature. අන්න ඒ කැල add කරන්න. Then your answer is completed. Before taking the body temperature. Hari, we'll give the chance to another one. Deusika, did you write the answer? What did you write? Okay. Hari. The way that you are expressing the answers should be a bit changed. අර සමහර වෙලාවට අපි කතා කරන විදියට ලියනවානේ. ඒක ඉතින් ඒක හදාගන්න පුළුවන්. ඉස්සරහට අපි උත්තර ලියන්න තමයි ඒක හැදෙන්නේ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ තනියෙන් ලියන්න ඕනේ. Yes? Yes, කවුද? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, Yogit. Good. Hari. Yes. Before getting the reading. Okay. Okay, Tehan. Hari. So shall we write the answer? Oh, තව කවුරු හරි කියනවද? Yes? Yes. Okay, Yusuf. Good. Hari. So I will give my answer. Your answers are also correct, right? You have written in your own words. So I will give my answer as well. For 25, part A. What is the reason for having a fine bend in the clinical thermometer? Right. මෙහෙම ලියන්න. This fine bend prevents the mercury column rising up වැඩි වෙන්නත් පුළුවන් සමහර වෙලාවට rising up or falling down when it is held vertically in order to take the body temperature reading hari. Then how do you send the mercury column down again? By shaking the thermometer. Yes, by shaking the thermometer. Then we mention the normal body temperature of a healthy human being, that is, yes, kiyan balan 36.9 degrees Celsius. Yes, 98.4 degrees Fahrenheit. We have written it earlier. Then how do you measure the body temperature of a baby? By keeping the bulb of the thermometer under the armpit. By keeping the bulb of the thermometer under the armpit. Hari. Name another type of thermometer in which liquids are not in use. Digital thermometer. So there we can take the value directly. Okay? The value is given as a reading. Digital thermometer. Hari. From number 7 onwards, we will discuss in the coming week. Coming week means on the 23rd, right? Hari. පොඩි break එකකුත් දෙන්න ඕනේ. break එක දෙන්න තිබුණේ last week or today. හැබැයි ලබන සතියේ මට කරන්න බැරි වෙන නිසා ඔයගොල්ලන්ට break එක දෙනවා on the 15th, right? Hari. Then shall we move on to the question paper? That is, I had given 2018 Western Province paper. 2018 6th and 7th one. Yes. Is this the one? Make other. Oh. We discussed up to the 5th one and I asked you to complete 6th and 7th questions. Live other. Just raise your hands, those who have answered. Yes. Okay. අයන්තවේ තෙනුක රන්දිර දෙව්සික අකිත්‍ය කොමිත නතාරි එනුලි සිතුකි සෙනාදී සංකේත් කිෂා සනුජී මින්දී සුදම්සා පෙත්මි තස්මිනා චනුද්‍රී හරි ඕකේ අනිත් අය ලිවනද තෙහාන් who else යූසුෆ් ලිව්වා යූසුෆ් අද ලෙඩ වෙලා දින්නේ මං හිතුවේ මොලේ නුවරඑළියේ ඉන්නවා කියලා හරි ඕකේ අනිත් අය ලිව්වේ නෑ කො අයත්සන් ඉසුමි සෙතුනි මිනිඳු අමතක වුණාද අයිසැක් හරි ඕකේ කවුද පුතේ Isaac has written the new one is who is the newcomer Setuni right okay Setuni it's okay right we will discuss අපිට එකක් හරි ඉවර කරමු අපි activity to identify the functioning of a solar cell is given below connect the electric motor to the terminals of the solar cell right keep it in a lighted area and observe that means you have to expose this to sunlight right then change the terminals of the solar cell and connect to the motor then you remove the motor and connect a bulb and repeat the activity hari fill in the blanks regarding the above activity we have discussed this neda when we were discussing the theory part related to solar panels in the light what happens to the motor yes rotates motor rotates bulb glows or else you can say the bulb lights up hari then in the dark what happens to the motor it does not rotate bulb does not glow or the bulb does not light up when the solar panel is in dark the motor does not rotate or the bulb does not glow because there is no generation of electricity and the solar panel cannot store the electric charges and it generates only and අපේ ගෙවල් වලත් තියෙනවා නම් solar panels in most of the houses we can't store that in order to store we have to have a battery so that battery part is much expensive therefore in most of the houses they generate electricity and give it directly to the national grid there is no storage part after changing the terminals you interchange the terminals then what happens to the motor it rotates in the opposite direction because the terminals are important because there is a direction for the flow of electric current neda so the motor rotates in the opposite direction hari neda tasmina isumi then what happens to the bulb is there any difference in the bulb that we observe අපිට පේන වෙනසක් වෙනවද bulb එකේ no the bulb glows අපිට පේන්නේ bulb එක පත්තු වෙනවා කියලාම තමයි the bulb glows here you have to say the motor rotates in the opposite direction here the bulb glows then you are given a bicycle dynamo අතකද what is the label කරන්න කියලා කියනවාද නෑනේ කො මේ තියෙන්නේ name the parts of the given bicycle dynamo what is a rotating wheel turning wheel hari dekama hari turning wheel rotating wheel okay then what is b මොකද්ද metal rod Metal rod. If you have mentioned iron core, that is also okay. C-O-R-E, core. Metal rod. Okay. Then what is C? Insulated copper wire coil. Coil. Insulated copper wire coil. Hari. Then what is D? Terminal. Terminal from which we get the output. Then what is E? Metal case. That is the outer cover. Metal case. Okay. What is the principle used to generate electricity? Yo. F amatagunane. F is the permanent magnet. Okay. F is the permanent magnet. So the magnet rotates in the presence of a wire coil. So due to the change in the magnetic field lines or due to the disturbance of the magnetic field lines, electricity is generated. So what do you call that principle? The answer for the next question. Electromagnetic induction. That is the theory of electromagnetic induction. Then give two factors effect for the power of electricity generated in a simple dynamo. Another number of turns in the wire coil. Hari. The strength of the magnet. Strength of the magnet. තව එකක් තියෙනවා. ඔව්. Speed of rotation. Speed of rotation of the turning wheel නැත්නම් speed of rotation of the magnet. Because the magnet rotates along with the turning wheel. එහෙනම් මොනවද? There are three factors. One is the strength of the magnet. Strength of the magnet. ඊළඟට number of turns in the wire coil. Number of turns in the wire coil. Third one, the speed of rotation. හරිද මතකයිනේ? Speed of rotation. Oh. Okay. එකයි දහන්න. They ask for two. It's okay. Copper කිව්වේ නැතුවට කමන්න. The number of turns in the coil. It's okay. Write two other instances that generate electricity using dynamo. Yes, dynamo is used in a hydropower station, thermal power station, wind power station, hydropower station we mentioned, nuclear power station. They are also, these turbines rotate in order to generate electricity. It is connected to a dynamo. The theory of electromagnetic induction is used in those. The hydropower stations, thermal power station, fossil fuel driven power station, nuclear power station, wind power station, right? Hari. Oh. Electric generators. Dynamo laboratory dynamo model that is also correct. Laboratory dynamo model. Household electric generators, it's okay. Number 7. Fill in the blanks using the above words. The skin feels, yes, thermal energy. The skin feels thermal energy near a campfire. Thermal. Hari. Thermal. Then dry cell convert chemical energy into හැමෝම කියන්න ඕනේ. ඉලෙක්ට්‍රිකල් කියලා දීලා නැහැ නේද? වචනේ දීලා නැහැ. එනර්ජි කියන එක රිපීට් වෙලා. අපි දාමු ඉලෙක්ට්‍රික් කියලා. Electric energy. Hari. Green plants produce food using light energy. Light energy is converted into which energy during photosynthesis? Chemical energy. Very good. The energy found in moving objects is known as kinetic or the kinetic energy. Hari. Then conversion of one form of energy to another form is called, yes, energy transformation. Energy transformation. Hari. Now, yes, yes. මෙතන පොඩ්ඩක් වැරදිලා, it should be a printing mistake නේද? Following figure shows a setup that is used to observe the formation of umbra and penumbra. Hari. So can you remember this activity? The face of the torch was covered by a cellophane and one half of the cellophane was colored in blue and the other half with red, right? So we can see the umbra in black and the penumbra in the relevant colors. Hari, name parts A, B and C on the screen. A is the blue color penumbra, or if you have written just penumbra, that is correct. Then B is umbra. C is once again penumbra or red color penumbra. නැත්නම් penumbra කිව්වා නම් ඇති. By which color is the part A on the screen appears? Blue. What has happened to the umbra when the torch is moved away from the ball? The torch is moved away. Umbra becomes, umbra is clear or not clear කියලා තමයි කියන්න ඕනේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ. Whether it is clear or not. Oh. So බලන්න, hands up those who say that it becomes clear when the torch is taken away, the umbra becomes clear. The umbra becomes clear කියලා කියන අය නේද ඔය අත උස්සන්නේ? Yes. අන්න අපි ඔය ගැන කතා කරලා තියෙනවා. Right? When the torch is taken away from the object, what happens? Then here the torch is the source of light, no? So when it is taken away, the umbra becomes clear. Right? Umbra becomes clear when the torch is taken away. What has happened to the umbra when the torch is moved away from the ball? You have to say the umbra becomes clear and sharp. Sharp and clear. The umbra becomes sharp and clear. Yes? Umbra becomes shrinked and clear. Okay, shrinked. That means you want to say that the size reduces. Hari. Okay. Then I have to give the presentation topics. And also write down the next question, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth scientific reasoning question. Take it down. Nitya. Nitya innada? Nitya here. Nitya? Are you ready for the presentation? එහෙනම් අපි නෙත්යාගේ presentation එක බලලා ඉන්න ඕනේනේ. හරි. Nitya, you can share. And until she shares, you can take down the next scientific reasoning question, number 5. Setuni, today you have to have a small writing book, right? About 40 pages to write the scientific reasoning questions. This is the 5th question that we write. Number 5. We have to consume more water. We have to consume more water. We have to consume more water on warm, sunny days. Warm, sunny days. On warm, sunny days. Explain. explain. Hari. You all have to write. And then ඉස්සරහට තව වැඩිපුර බලනවා ඔයගොල්ලෝ ලියන ඒවා answers. Randomly I will take your answers. Hari. Nitya, you can share your screen, Pute. Then today's note should be shared by Sanket. Sanket. Harine? You have to share your note. Then I will ask Situki. Situki Lihansa. Sorry, Lisasna. Amat venas karna. Situki Lisasna. Situki. You also have to share the note, right? Okay, Nitya, you can start. Nitya, chuttak hayen kiyanna. Please excuse me. Nitya, could you please tell a bit louder? Hari. Yes, what are the 3 layers? Yes, the core, mantle, and the crust, right? Okay. Yes, by examining the earthquakes and also during volcanic eruptions. Did you hear that after the huge earthquake close to Russia, after years, one of the volcanoes has become active in Russia, right? After the huge earthquake. So these are related, right? Okay. Yes. There are certain metals and minerals. Okay, so even soil, metals, minerals, then soil, sand, right? All these are obtained from the crust. Even the uh, fossil fuel and also the fertilizer, the compost and all these. Right. Okay, Nitya, good job. There was a good flow in your presentation, right? At the beginning, we couldn't hear properly. Tuti kumbia wage kata karapu nisa, habai it was okay. Well done, Nitya. Right? Okay, good. Share it with me, Nitya. Then Udbashi. Udbashi. Where's Udbashi? Udbashi here. Udbashi. No, Udbashi has disappeared. I put her name also. So I will put the presentation topic in the group. She was there. Her topic is Umbra and Penumbra. So for the coming week, Talia is also not here. We are pending Talia's presentation once she was ready to do. But since we are discussing the question papers for the term test, I did not allow her to do the presentation. So Talia, Yusuf and Udbashi will do the presentations on the 23rd, right? So 16th will be a holiday for you all next Saturday. So I will share. The rest of the questions, that's all. 6 and 7 you have done. I will share a set of questions to be done on the holiday, right? ගොඩක් එවන්න ඇති නිවාඩුවක් දුන්නාම නිවාඩු ඉන්න දෙන්නත් ඕනේනේ. ප්‍රශ්න දෙකක් විතර share කරන්නම්, right? You have to answer these questions and join on the 23rd. Okay? Hari. And stay safe. See you on the 23rd. Enjoy your holidays and also start studying for the 3rd term, right? Okay, bye. Have a nice day.